Hello everyone. Hi, very good evening to all of you. Uh, Year end, tomorrow is Christmas, so Merry Christmas to all of you. Have a great Christmas with friends, family, everyone. Merry Christmas. Am I audible to all of you? Yeah, great. Hope tomorrow you will enjoy tomorrow. So very happily. Thanks. So how was the overall week in terms of trading for you? How was trading overall? Good. Thanks. Very happy to know that you made good money. So, today's weekend discussion would be a little bit different, and today and next week, because you know that a lot of flow in our market are driven by US and the European fund managers who are on leave at this part of the year, at this time of the year. So, if you see, if I go to this, so if I go to web.stockage.com and uh, go to the FI cash, just a second, not here, here, go here, you can see that the heavy activity that was going on, last 3 days, this activity is muted. Today's activity has not come, but Monday there was a big sell-off. Still, they only sold minus 300, and uh, Tuesday they bought 1150 and yesterday 500. So market was moving, but the FII heavy participation is not there. So generally, what happens in these 2 weeks that FIIs are generally away. So not the majorly large caps move a lot, not necessarily Nifty moves a lot, or but the mid caps or larger mid, larger mid caps actually have a very good rally during these 2 weeks of time before the FIIs come, and then there is a balance into the market with proper buying and selling. So whatever we will discuss, my first suggestion today would be to go very light on trading, trade mostly on cash, try to remain mostly into larger mid cap, and if you are getting intraday good gains, at least book 80% of the gains and let remain 20% of the gains with you. This time there is a huge liquidity, though actually the FIIs are not pouring in money, but actually people have made a lot of money into the market. Like market is from 7,500 to gone to around 13,700. So people have made money. People have booked profit also in many cases. So people have cash and people will deploy this cash. So what I expect is that next couple of weeks, the market, especially the Nifty Mid Cap Index, if I go Nifty Mid Cap 100, if I see, so this is the daily chart and it is moving higher. So I expect it to trade above maybe this 5-day high EMA and eventually go a little bit higher in the next 4 5 days. So larger mid caps, like if I talk about shares like Tata Consumers, Tata Chemicals, all these larger mid caps actually can perform very well. So keep an eye on that. Generally, during this point of time, Nifty and Bank Nifty doesn't rally a lot, but they can still rally 1 or 2 or 3%. But the focus remains generally on the mid caps, which generally the Indian HNI community actually likes, and it is possible for, with a relatively less money to move mid caps rather than small caps. So we will look at the market from that point of view, but I will still request all of you that for next 2 weeks, as market activity will also be a little bit weird because there will be not there will be dearth of balance in terms of buying and selling. So market movements up or downside based on some news can be very rapid. So trade little bit light and try to trade mostly intraday and not carrying positions until and unless they are in a very favorable position. Don't carry those positions overnight until and unless suppose you have bought some stock that has gone up 8%. Okay, in that case, okay, you can still live, but if you are having 2-3% kind of a profit, try to take that and come next day and approach the market. Now, let me look at what Nifty did this week. If I go to the Nifty daily chart, so this was a big fall. Okay, this was a very big fall on this day, and this fall was a little bit unanticipated. Like this would fall, but this was triggered mainly due to stop loss order. So what happened? Many people actually had stop loss order put into the system, and as market stop loss order started triggering, so there was a massive cascading effect of this, and for that Nifty fell around 600 points. So this was sudden, but as the close was above this line, so I told my students in the TMP also, and I made this in Twitter also. So I will show you. If I go to my Twitter, so this is my Twitter handle. So this was the tweet on 21st December night I made, that one weekday, not willing to read beyond that from today's market, close above 20 DMA, probably can turn out to be great opportunity to buy uh, if Nifty sustain above 13,300. Okay, so this was in the mind. So I knew what happened is that due to this order management system, lot of stop loss order got, and weak retail people who were long in F&O, they got actually butchered. Now, let me show you why I'm showing this. Is these are actually good understanding, level of understanding where you should actually bet your trades on. Okay, so we traded this, and I will show you the message in the TMP. Just a second. So it will open. Just a second. 23rd, okay, 27. I need to go to 22nd only. So see, at 117 was the time when I told that it seems to be a big up move coming. Let us see, Nifty may surge. So let us see that at 117 on 21st, and this is 21st, if you can see, this was 21st. Okay, see, this is 21st. So on, we went back to the previous day. Yeah, so 21st is starting from here, 12. Okay, so on 21st, 117, I posted this. 117. So it seems a big move up move is coming. So this came mainly from price action reading. So at 117 on 21st, the price was here, price was here, price was here. See, so what I saw is mainly two things, that there was a kind of a triangular formation that was formed. So what I saw is that mainly once there was reading of price action that I was going through, so I was seeing that Nifty was not making much lower lows after that day, and previous day's lows, if you can see, was not breached. Nifty was staying that, and after that it started sustaining above mid Bollinger, the 15-minute chart. And so at that time, I said that you can go ahead and buy. And from there, we had almost 550 points rally into the Nifty. So that's how we trade. And the factor is that uh, we also had a very good trade this week in this stock. So I will show you. So Vedanta, you know how it rallied at, okay. So let me show you when we entered Vedanta. So let's look at this chart. So it was 143.25. So that time, based on the hourly trend lines, I saw there was a breach. So I said VDL can search if it's sustainable 142, now 143. So give a buy call, and we'll like to show you how VDL behaved after that. So this was VDL after that, 142. It was there 143, and after that the story is 172. And the news of that court case came after that. We were well into this in the TMP, into the VDL stock, well into that. Another stock, we traded many stocks which performed greatly. I will show you. Tata LSC we got into above 730, so it was well drawn, and yesterday it gave very good returns. We also went into Wipro. Wipro also gave very good return yesterday, so we got long here, and it went to almost 387.70 on the fourth. We had a very conviction buy in this stock. So when it was around 510, I asked all my mentees to hold on to it. So this was the most conviction stock for myself. So I told them to buy at 510 here. No, this is the 15-minute chart. I will go to the daily chart. I will show you. So we bought long ago, bought this stock long ago, around 510, and I told those guys uh, around this level we that don't it will make a new high, so don't sell it soon before 600. So fortunately for us, it went to 615 level. We are very constructive. We have booked only 50% of the profit in this. I have asked my students, and I think personally I had a conviction. And see, you cannot right now enter and tell the same thing, because whatever 50% our students have already booked, and because the price was sustaining above the daily mid Bollinger, RSI had entered, so we had entered around this point in time. Everybody in the TMP, this was the most conviction buy. We had many stocks surge in between, but actually this was the most conviction buy we had. Uh, so it went to this much, and we have booked 50%, and 50% we are holding to the stop loss kind of 540, 550, or this low. And we expect it to move around 7, 800, 750, 800 going forward, because overall, a little bit macro also, if I put into it, it is a good stock, it seems. But if you enter now, for him, holding with this bigger stop loss would be difficult. But just telling you that this is a very conviction stock, and we had entered much before. Okay, around 510. Now, this was these are the stocks that we actually traded and got good profit. And I will right now show you Nifty how what it did. There are a few questions. Let me see them. So I explain what made you understand Nifty may search. I have explained you that part. So HDFC Life we have given buy today around 655. Please don't ask me about views about individual stocks here. Uh, HDFC Life and Lupin both I personally thought that I would discuss. That's why I am discussing. But please don't ask me about any stock here. You can put that into the uh, stockage club and ask me. Here, my purpose is to giving you stocks which I think can perform next week. Otherwise, there are 3,000 stocks we cannot. This question, this session is not for answering stock queries. This session is mostly for the stocks that can perform next week that I want to tell you. And may trading related procedural things you have questions you can ask. But yeah, both the stock I thought discuss, I will discuss both of them. Plus, but this is the earnest request. Please don't ask me about individual stocks here. You can put the question to the stockage club. It will be fine. So HDFC Life, we think we entered at 655. It went to around 662, came back, but we think it can go on the higher side because RSI is also kind of trying to break this resistance. We can see, and possibly if it sustain above this level, especially about 670, it can go higher. Now, Lupin, I will discuss when I discuss the sector. So we traded in Nifty, not in Bank Nifty. So let me show you how Nifty is poised now. Nifty has come back close to the all-time high, and if there is a gap up, it can go all-time high. Okay, and let me show the Bank Nifty also. In the case of Bank Nifty, what is happening is that it has closed above this 5-day high EMA. You can see here, it has closed above this 5-day high EMA. Now, if it sustains above this 5-day high EMA, like 5-day high EMA is at 13,165. It has closed around 13,402. It is sustains around 13, this 13,165, and as progressively high EMA is created, you can see this breaching around 31,000 and eventually going towards, if I go to the weekly chart, for up move to continue, 13,100 has to be defended on the downside. If it or 13,200. If it goes below 13,100, the up move may actually go away. Okay. Now, what can happen is that, and this kind of candle was formed. Ideally, this is not bullish. Let me tell you, ideally, this is not bullish in the weekly form because last one was a doji. This one is a kind of hanging man, but given the liquidity situation, it may still go up if it sustains above 31,000. What I can tell you is that if it sustains above 31,000, it will quickly go to 30,000, 32,600 or so. But yeah, you can definitely say that a kind of bearishness is creeping in, and that was mainly due to the candle of this Monday candle. Now, if I go to the sectoral indices, Nifty metal, you can see a kind of same bearishness pattern. Every indices will show this pattern because of Monday's candle. Okay, Nifty realty, again this kind of a candle. Nifty Auto is already a little bit bearish. You can see Nifty FMCG won't look bullish to you. Nifty Energy, let us see bearish. Nifty FMCG again, all these weekly candles would look bearish because of Monday's price action. Now, next 2 weeks, market may not actually breach in these indices on the very much higher side. Mid caps may take over. So, if you remember, last week we discussed about this two indices, Nifty Pharma and Nifty IT, because we thought that market we anticipated this correction. If you remember, I told you that market was kind of flattening out and there can be correction. This was a 1 day correction, but I told you in spite of that that three indices look good. One was Nifty IT. You can see has a bullish pattern, though it came down a little bit. It has a bullish pattern, and it again looks for more. As I that day told you, it can go towards this 26,000. So 7-8% looks that there is more. Nifty Pharma again looks bullish. Nifty Realty. Now Nifty Realty doesn't look that much bullish. So would like to show stocks this week. All if you remember that we were very bullish on a stock called Infosys, and we discussed this drawing that okay, and let me come back to the daily chart for this. So we showed this drawing and told you that this was the Friday's candle. We told that there can be a uh, bearish move. What happened is that Monday it opened. There can be bullish move. Monday opened and it went to 1210, but when pulled back, there was again a golden opportunity to buy around 1156. See, it came to that neckline which it has breached, and from there it made a high of 1255. It doesn't look very bearish in spite of today's price action because close was above 5-day high EMA. So if it sustains about 1225, 1230, it will move higher. Okay. So another stock that looks good is TCS. Again, breaching about 2920, it can really go higher. We bought this stock this week. This one, not TCS, this one, Larsen and Toubro Infotech. So we bought when this breakout happened. It went up a negative day, but still 5-day moving average, high moving average is 3580 around. If it stays above, it is bullish. All the IT stocks look similar. Mindtree looks very bullish. Uh, a probable doji, but yeah, if sustain our 1620, 1630, again will go very fast. Tech Mahindra. Tech Mahindra looks a little bit that it is closing below 5-day high EMA, so it can correct a little bit. Tech Mahindra is not that much bullish. This stock is very bullish. Sonata Software looks quite bullish. Mid cap IT can actually do very well this time frame. So this emphasis, if it breaches this Thursday high, Sonata Soft I showed you. Again, another is Sustain Technologies. So all these mid caps, if you see that maybe when if it breaches above 760, so let me put an alert also above 760. So we will like to buy because what happens when FIIs are not there, this mid cap counter actually rally a lot. Rolta. So yeah, Rolta is a small stock. Okay, it has become. Anyways, so now let me go to Pharma. Nifty. Pharma we showed has a very good structure. So would like to talk about Lupin. It looks to me that it is about to break out. It can break out if it sustain above this 995,000 level. It can go higher. So Lupin looks decent to me. If it breaks above the stocks which already look decent is one is Cipla. You can see all is this all time high? Yeah, this is all time high, and this stock can really break out, especially above 840 kind of level. Sun Pharma looks very bullish. So Sun Pharma. This also looking very bullish, sustaining above this line, and I think above 600 this stock is about to break out in coming weeks. Okay, Aurobindo Pharma would like to show you. So again, all these stocks are on the verge of breaking out, not broken out. Aurobindo Pharma is also looking good if it sustains above 925. And now I would, in general, that I discuss, I will like to discuss about banks in general. Let me look at one more pharma stock, Biocon. It has broken out. So I for actually though this alert came here, I forgot to give this buy because at that time I was giving some other buy. So this is also looking very good. So if it sustain above, I would say 488, right? So let me put an alert here because whatever alert I am putting, this will be helpful for my students when I will give them trade. So 489, I have already put alert in Biocon. Ajanta Pharma, last one I will look. Yeah, this can also break out. This looks good structure, maybe about 1730. These kind of stocks during this last 2 weeks of the year actually perform very well because if I were away, so I have put my alert here. Now what I do, I will look at the usual stocks that I look at every day in this session. So that is Reliance Industry. So you remember that day we had drawn this and told that either below 1950 or below this 2050 there can be big move. So Monday there was a good opportunity from 950, it went to 1857, almost 90 100 point move you could have this day. Now again on the upside it has come. Now once it breaks again around 2030, now there is no point keeping around 2050. So let me make 2030. Okay, so I am altering my alert. So about 2030, it can again rally, but 2030 would act as a very steep resistance in Reliance. Not at all looking very bullish, mostly range bound. SDFC. So again, this stock seems to be on a breakout. See, pull back to this 5-day low EMA, not even touching this 20 DMA. Possibly will break out on the upside. Okay. So I have put an alert on 2075. So above that, we will look to buy. SDFC Bank looking very range bound. I will show you the chart. So this is the at the mid Bollinger Band. It just closed. Nothing much as long as it is between 1340 to 1350 to 1460 band. ICICI Bank. So again, it looks kind of, if I go to the hourly 2 hourly chart, you will understand that it has already breached this this line, okay? Now it should be already a buy with a stop loss kind of 507. It has the potential to move higher. The bank which looks very beautiful to me at this point is this Kotak Bank. All time high. Today we saw daily chart. Yeah, so possibly above 1990, 2000, it is poised for a big move. I think it will move quite quite a bit if it sustains our 2000, and there is a good potential. So have an eye on this Kotak Bank, uh, Axis Bank. I will look at finally. So Axis Bank again. You can see if I go to the 2 hourly chart once again. So this line is already breached. So it is already a buy with a stop kind of 602. Possibly if it sustain above 617, 618, it will go higher. So presently most bullish looking banks are Kotak, ICICI, and this Axis. I will look into SBI chart also. Uh, Not bearish, not bullish also, just at the resistance if you can see. So keep if it sustains above 270. So let me put an alert above 270. If it goes above 270, we will trade into it. 270 in the 2 hourly chart, in the daily chart, resistance. So only above 270 one would buy. Otherwise, it is a shorting candidate. Today, what happens is Adani Group stocks so are breaking out. So Adani Enterprise, I will show you on the verge of breakout. Adani Ports. So these are very special place uh, in this time when FIIs are away. Adani, Adani Ports, Adani Green. I will show you. It is not there bullish. Adani Ports and Adani Enterprise. Okay. Two more important stocks. So if I go to the Bajaj Auto stock, seems to be in a mode to break out. So above this 3440, it can break out. Maruti also I would like to show big stocks I'm discussing actually. So we gave buy yesterday as there was a hammer and RSI above 50, but it is a 50-50 chance, like 7380 kind of a stock. Buy only if sustain our 7550 or maybe 5-day high in 7580, then it can go to 8000. Okay. So Maruti was important stock. Yeah. So mostly over. Wanted to what I wanted to discuss. IT we discussed major stock, auto, pharma, and banking we have discussed. Yeah, let me discuss two Bajaj twin stock. One is Bajaj Finserv. So what right now it is formed is called a megaphone pattern. Uh, Mostly range bound. It can go to this 3510 or it can come to 8440. Anything can happen. This megaphone, this is called the megaphone pattern. So there is a very good blog about megaphone pattern, how to trade it. So in the ELM market, you will find how to trade megaphone pattern. Go there. It is a very big, very good blog. Just have a read on it. So you can see this very popular blog already 11.4K views and 2.2K shared. So try to read this blog, a very good blog how to trade megaphone pattern. You can read this. And finally, Bajaj Finance. it looks well poised to move higher. I think it will soon break this all-time high, 55300. If it stays above 5300, can there can be a significant rally of 500 to 800 points. So try to keep this stock in the radar. So you can see already I have this in radar because I have put this these levels with me. So already there are 284 alerts. I will put more alerts. So this in this I can put maximum 400 alerts. So I look at around 200-300 stocks. So I need for that this many alerts. So it depends how many stocks you trade. That's it. Yeah. Let me go to question. How could I find a bank nifty go upside today? Someone is asking. Yeah. So SBI I discussed. See, Bank Nifty actually did not materialize the kind of up move I was expecting. I was expecting a faster up move, but I had shown you this. So what happened? That price was within this zone, and when this breakout happened, actually, I thought that and this may materialize on the day when we come back also. Actually, during the expiry, this 35,000 call writers became very active and pushed down. But yeah, this 100 points only move happened, but well visible it was happening because price was coming close to the mid Bollinger and price was in a narrow range of maybe 100 points or 120 points for several 2-3 hours. So this is the 15-minute chart. Let me expand it a little bit. So was feeling that it can break out and it broke out, but it did not actually had a very good up move after that. I expected a much bigger up move, uh, to be honest. I expected a 300 point up move at least when this breakout happens. So it is absolutely fine. This up move can happen. And let me check one simple thing here. Just a second. The Fibonacci retracement it has covered. Yeah. So the factor is that see, this is the golden ratio. Once it is crossed, then it can cross any level. Okay, it can go on the higher side also. So right now, this 30,530, 540, which is a 80% or 78.6% retracement, it is acting as a kind of resistance. It may come to 30,300 also on Monday, but given the kind of momentum the global market is having, possibly it would go away. What I was listening is that uh, uh, in the news I was reading that some vaccines in most of the countries will come by January, and by March most of the private market, like first the government will give the frontline workers and the most needy, but the private markets in many countries this will come by March. So those days are not far away when there would be a solution to this COVID, and possibly market would move higher from that point, or market would flatten out at that point. But till the budget of 1st of February, there is a budget. Market should basically generally move higher. That's it from my side. Next 15 minutes are for your question, but no stock specific question, please. I discussed about the sector in general. Again, see this stock specific question, please. Okay, Prakash sir. Okay, Prakash sir, I will share in the TMP, not here, sir. Not here, but I will share in the TMP about the Britannia group. But please, all of you, please ask me questions which are so okay, sir, no problem. So I will put thanks you have put. I have shared the view of this into the respective groups if you ask in the respective groups. But here ask me more procedural question. So the trade ideas that I share, Srikanji, is in the TMP group. So there is a mentorship program going on where I put the trade ideas there. Uh, so you can think of joining it. You can talk to Orpon if you want to join. When will FII investment come back to play, and when will holidays end? Generally after 5th of Rajesh ji, generally after 5th of January. So I told you three stocks, Somenji, looks bright to me. Uh, one is Kotak Bank, one is Kotak Bank, one is ICICI Bank, and the third one was I am just forgetting. I just discussed here only. So Kotak Bank is obviously looking very smart, and ICICI Bank, and there was one more bank. I think it was Axis Bank. MACD and ADX. Sir, we will get multiple videos on that in the YouTube, sir. Even in the stockage also, MACD and ADX are very well explained, sir. Please watch those videos. It will be helpful for you, Kapil ji. So, Cipla and Sun Pharma. See, Axis, Axis Bank. Again, yeah, thanks. Axis Bank. Yes, Prakash ji. Cipla and Sun Pharma, I have already discussed because I wanted to discuss them. And again, there is a request. Please ask in the club and the main club or the TMP group. Here, let us please avoid stock specific question. Though because I wanted to discuss Cipla and Sun Pharma myself, I shared the Cipla and Sun Pharma and all the major pharma stocks just quite a small while back. Just a small while back, little while back. Sir, when you receive the macroeconomics as judgment, we may go long on its future. See, there are a lot of ways to play it. So, what you could play is that you could buy a 30 because there were little time left. You could easily create uh, when I said 30,300 call you could have bought and you or 30,400 call you could have bought and you could have sold 30,600 call. So you could play that way also too by selling to 30,400 600 call. If there is a long-term breakout around 30,600, you can then buy future and at the same time buy a put also. So there are many ways of playing it, sir. If you really want to understand this, you can talk to Chetan Panchamiya sir. There are many ways of playing through options, through future, many ways. Please give your view about the realty sector. It is good for a positional trade. I don't think that I can opine this at this moment because the chart has been distorted by Monday's candle. So that's why I did not repeat my view about the realty sector today. Earlier, I was giving bullish view, but realty sector doesn't look bullish due to the Monday's candle. Let this week's candle be there, and after that, I will be able to position. Say, will Nifty be a range bound for next few days? Possibly, if we have a upward bias, we may see 14,000 in my view. Sir, how can we apply all alert on trading view? Its charges are free on website. Sir, it charges. You can put free alerts in the investing.com, but they are often delayed. So it is better to pay and have a reliable alert system. So pay for TradingView premium version. Uh, First, you can register generally after registered and they and subscribe for premium subscription 1 month trial, and during that time they can give you some good offers. You can then subscribe. So have a trial of 1 month free that you will have. So Somen Vomiji is asking, without HDFC Bank move, sir, is it possible Bank Nifty to move high? Yes, sir. Many a times this has happened. HDFC Bank has remained range bound while ICICI and Kotak has pulled. It is not a big issue. At this time of buying a stock in cash, how to decide if it's intraday or positional? See, in this market, I don't know if it is a positional buy or a intraday buy. What I will do is that if I buy a stock, then I will see, first of all, my stop loss is at least 2%. So if I get 2%, I will exit 50% of my stock. And after that, it will depend on the how the close of the day is happening. If the market pullbacks, then I will exit. But if I see that the stocks are just 4-5%, I may exit 10% more and let the remaining 40% uh, with a trailing stop loss. So you cannot take a decision early, but you can take a decision later. Sir, when enter buy position, then how minutes candle useful trader? I could not understand this question actually. Sir, when enter buy position, then how minutes candle is useful for trader? I mainly look at daily chart. So there are various ways of doing it. I directly look at the daily chart, and if a good level is breached, then only I suggest some one about. So telecom, okay, telecom Bharti is a important telecom stock. So telecom as a sector doesn't come here. So Bharti as a telecom sector, you can see that this is a range where I have pulled back to 5-day low EMA. Right now, this is in a triangle. So as a sector, telecom, there is no indices, but this is in a kind of a pennant that is formed, a triangularish pennant. If it stays above this 524, so 524, it can move higher. Otherwise, it is a pennant. Possible it will break on the upside. Okay. So as we have discussed today, let me discuss the Britannia also. So because there were not many stocks today, rest I have already discussed. So Britannia in the day, in the hourly chart, uh, because there are not much stocks today. So you can see that Britannia is kind of near support zone, this 3561. If it takes a support here, it can bounce. But broadly, it is in a kind of a triangle and it has a little bit negative bias. If it breaks 3500, it will plunge maybe to 3370. In this context, let me discuss the FMCG sector. Two more important stocks. One is Hindustan Unilever. So yesterday when it breached, we bought and we are holding a buying position. And I expect that Hindustan Unilever, once this flag is broken, it can move a lot higher, maybe towards this earlier level of 2500 or so. Okay. One more stock, ITC, I want to discuss because I'm discussing the FMCG sector here. So ITC, you can see taking support at mid Bollinger. Now, if it stays above this 216, again, not willing to trade a stock like ITC, so let me leave it. I won't put any alert into it. But yeah, if it breaches the earlier high of 220, it can go higher. But ITC being ITC, I'm leaving it for the moment. See, now a lot of stocks request has started coming. I really don't want to discuss stocks. Please ask these questions. Bharti Airtel, I showed you, Sominji. LNT also I am discussing today, but please no more stock question because stocks, there is no end to it. You can ask this in the club or in the TMP. See, very weak candle created 1340 and it is a very weak candle. So LNT will have no direction probably for some days, and this 1340 to 1140, oh god, 1150, this big range will play and multiple inside bars will be formed. Not a very good idea how I can approach ITC. That day has distorted it. completely. E-clerks, somebody asks. So yeah, e-clerks broke out. Now e-clerks, if e-clerks can run higher because if sustain above 910, so all these mid-cap stocks can actually do if they keep on breaking multiple highs. Okay, let me put an alert also. Above 910, sorry, above 910, I put an alert. Similarly, CRISIL. So all these are the kinds of stocks actually. If there is a breakout, if you see above this line, so I would say above 2000. I will put an alert if moves above 2005. We will try to buy and play this stock. No more stocks, please. I request you, all of you, please, no more stocks. So you can talk to Orpon. He will guide you how to join TMP. Okay. Yeah. So uh, uh, energy sector, I don't know. Energy, because the oil price may fluctuate during that time, and energy sector is not looking bullish, sir. How to get option chart in the trading view? I think that is not available. Sir, Fibonacci can be used as a time frame or good result in daily time frame. Any time frame Fibonacci is a useful tool, sir. Shomenji, your next class is remaining, so that is on Saturday. That day I will discuss in detail about this Fibonacci in the TMP. So I will give a detailed idea about Fibonacci, uh, extension Fibonacci, retracement Fibonacci projection. So please wait. You will have a broader view that day. Uh, uh, eClerx view as a long-term chart, I have by 800 level. So I showed you there is no long-term view. During this time, the stock can jump. That's it. As Vedanta has already given around 12%, can we still hold it or should we sell it? No, you can hold it with a trailing stop loss. We don't know how to decide a target because the stock can move 20% or 5%. So we keep on part booking. We don't have targets in mind when we trade. Gold and crude, okay, separate asset class I will do. Okay, separate gold and silver I will show here. So this is crude oil. I will go to the daily chart. See, crude overall, this uh, commodity looks quite bullish to me. This is a great support. Uh, this Bollinger Band, mid Bollinger Band, 4660. I think this won't be breach, and generally Democrats are like Democrats want greener USA. So for that they will actually limit the production of crude oil in USA, and that's why uh, the crude oil prices generally go up when Democrats are in power. So you can expect crude oil go up and remain high during the next 4 years when Joe Biden may be the president. And gold, gold I don't have any view actually. I looked at the gold charts also. So what I can see in gold is this broader downtrending channel. Okay, so until and unless it stays above this 1920, it is bearish, and I think it can eventually come towards this 1720 along the channel. No other special view on the gold. Yes. So any more questions? So this is 7 p.m. So thanks everyone for being with us. Merry Christmas to you again. So I discuss all the stocks also because this is a Christmas, so we should always fulfill wishes of everyone. So we discuss all the stocks ideas also. Thanks everyone. Merry Christmas. Have a very nice time with your family, and a very good happy New Year too, because New Year will appear before we meet again possibly. So a very happy New Year to everyone and your family. May the New Year brings hope to humanity and this COVID thing goes away. So have a great time. Happy New Year, Prakash. Thank you. Thank you. Happy New Year, Sudarshan ji, Shrikant Vyas ji. Thank you. Thank you. Atul Gokhale ji, Sunil Pradhan ji, Sumen Premchand Malik ji, everyone. Thank you. Thank you very much.